With the NFL season just now starting, none of us want to see our favorite players, any players, get hurt.
You can imagine what it takes to keep going through all of those hits. A study of retired NFL players a few years ago found more than half used opioids during their careers.
The study also found 70% of those who used the drugs misused them. News Channel 5's Ashley Walters sat down with a retired player now trying to help other athletes out of the depths of addiction after a 20-year struggle.
If you divide this man's life into chapters, this 10 years would be called Randy Grimes' center for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
At one time, I had 107 consecutive starts, where I played through those injuries, and I was not going to let anybody in my spot.
There were surgeries, broken bones, pulled muscles, and thousands of subconcussive blows in games and practices. The next chapter began. Randy Grimes, addict.
In the last 2 years of my career, I played in a complete blackout.
Taking a handful of pills to start game day, Grimes would come to hours later.
I didn't remember a single down. And I would have to wait and watch it the next morning with everybody else to see how I played. And again, I played great, and it just kept it going.
He says people didn't ask questions.
We had an open drug safe back in the 80s, and if by some weird chance it was ever accidentally locked, we had 3 white guys that started on defense, and their jersey numbers were the combination to the safe. And it never changed for that whole decade.
But his career ended, and he says there was anxiety and pain, but no uniform. He became Randy Grimes, spiraling into chaos.
You would think that all the car wrecks and the seizures and the lost jobs and lost houses and lost cars, lost money, you would think that would have made me put my hand up, but still that pride and ego.
Finding sobriety after 20 years of addiction was an enormous challenge, but he made it, and now he's helping other pro athletes in a Delray Beach treatment center.
He'll be the guy that will go to the house to pick somebody up, or will be waiting at the airport when somebody lands. He's a relatable ear.
The retired NFL player has brought in addiction specialists in all sports. Grimes doesn't blame the NFL for his addiction, but he wants to be part of the solution for others.
God had plenty of chances to open the gates of heaven and let me in. What he chose to do was open the gates of hell and let me out.
This chapter, a hopeful one. Ashley Walters, WPTV, News Channel 5.
In recent years, the NFL has added new policies to track the use of painkillers, and it more readily offers counselors to players. Grimes was just honored this week as a legend at Baylor University. He has, by the way, donated his brain to science to be studied for concussions.